Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk through a real-time trading experience using artificial intelligence. So for this, we have also developed one application too, and myself, Navneet and Ankit are going to walk you through this session and demo. So let's talk about what is the most important factor for which a trader trades on the Wall Street. There's one thing, profit. Earn more and more profit from a trade. Everyone wants to make money from every trade, but there are multiple factors which affects the market like economic growth, recessions, inflation, and interest rates, currency fluctuations, and many more. These factors are highly unpredictable. That's why they are resulting in volatility and risk in the market. So, why artificial intelligence? But we still want to predict the behavior of unpredictable market using artificial intelligence. For example, if you have to go and do a trade, what will you do? You will probably go online and do some research for the company before investing your money. Yeah, because for this you need multiple data points like company balance sheet, quarterly result, how the company is performing, and other deciding factor which affects the security. All these actions are not humanly possible to process very quickly and act upon it. For this, we can use machine learning, which will process all this information very fast and quickly. There will be so many daily changes like rapidly drop or raise in price. Based on that, system will reanalyze and update its strategy accordingly. Due to all this information processing very fast and quickly can help us to maximize the profit. So this will be our focus area for today. One is the predicting the security risk. Another one, predicting the security price in the future. And then finally, we're gonna do a automated trading based on the risk and price analysis.
So why the security risk analysis? The first step for getting the system to work is analyzing the risk for that particular security. Security can be a equity, it can be a derivative, it can be a commodity. Like the system is going to divide all these securities into three particular categories. One is the high risk security, other is a medium risk security, and the third one is a low risk security. High risk security are those security whose price can drastically go down and can become zero. It can be a complete loss. Low risk securities are those securities where the loss can be very minimum and the security is really high. Now, there are multiple factors on which the security risk analysis will be based upon. There are few of them which the system is taking into account right now are the stock price trend analysis, price to book ratio, price to earning ratio, and the dividend yield. There are multiple factors as well which can be taken into account, but the current system is taking all these parameters into consideration. If you want to see the details around these, you can refer to the appendix for all the details. Now let's take a look at how the system is actually doing the risk analysis for all these security. Initially, the user has to provide a system which all security he is interested in for analyzing and doing the trade. Assume a user has went to the system and added a particular security. Now the system is going to analyze all this data at runtime. It's going to get all the data which is historical related for this particular security and do the processing out of this data. He's going to analyze the historical chart for this particular data trend. The candlestick pattern need to be analyzed, and all those parameter which we have discussed will be analyzed for this particular security. If you see, this particular security has a return which is really high. If you go down, so this particular security is giving a high return, and this is a low risk security. If you see the price of this particular security as well, over a period of time the price has drastically increased, so definitely the risk for giving a trade in this particular security is really low. Now let's have a look for a security who is very risky to trade. So these all security, when the user is entering right now, the system need to be processed with all these data, and this data will keep on updating daily. As soon as the price trend is changing for that particular security, the system will keep on updating the data for that particular security. Now this, you look at the price trend for this particular security, the price has decreased drastically over a period of time. Definitely the risk is really high to do trades in these kind of security. If you see, the system has analyzed is a very high risk security. So this is how the system is going to analyze all the security and will keep on updating the data for all these security if each and every day of the trade which the system is going to perform.
Next part is stock value prediction. This is the most exciting part. How can we predict the stock prices? Now let's take a look at this. So let's take a look at Apple inclusive stocks. This is a 100 days moving average. So to predict a stock prices, we need two things. One is the dependent variable, in our case, which is the price which we want to predict. And the another one is all the independent variables, which will be the supporting variables to help us to predict these prices. So in our case, we are using, opening price, what is the percentage of daily change, and how much company is spending on R&D, what is their budget on administration spend. So we are taking all these parameters into consideration. Let's see how the system predict for this one. So to as a process, what we divide this data into two parts. Like 80% data we keep it for the training, and 20% data we keep it for the testing. As you can see, this is the blue line is the actual price. The red one is our predicted one, which our trained model. Which is there is very short difference in this one. So you can see over here. Now let's try with the more data. Let's try to take with the 1,000 days moving average and see how our system performs. So as you can see, the same method we are going to perform over this one, and 80% data we are taking for the training, and 20% data we are keeping for the testing. So in this, we are using a neural network that is called LSTM method, long short term memory. So we are using this method to predict the price. So as you can see now, once the result comes, how it will align with the actual prices.
Now, if you see, right, the amount of data will increase, the prediction, the probability, the percentage, the actual accuracy will actually increase, and the rates will fall very close to the actual price. So that's how, with the increase in the data set, the probability will keep on increasing. So that's how the system is going to improve over a period of time with the increase of the data set.
As you can see now, earlier to our chart, now it is more aligned with the actual prices. So you can see it is getting that price momentum very accurately, though there are ups and downs, but they are pretty much close. So now let's see. Now this is the final part, how our system is going to perform in the long-term trading. So we will be using all the risk analysis and price prediction into account, and then we're gonna see how our system is going to perform the long-term trading. Let's take a look at this security, and we're gonna analyze this one, how this particular stock is going to perform in the long-term trading. As you can see, this is the price trend over the period of time, and system is giving you all the points. So you can see the red ones are the sell options, the green one are the buy, and it's going to hold that hold that stock for the duration. So you can see.
Now, if you have a look, right, so there are two kind of tradings which a trader will do. One is a long-term security trading, which is like he hold the security for a prescribed amount of time and will sell when he is seeing a profit, or either he'll book a stop loss and book the loss for that particular security. Now the system need to be smart enough to tell a user when he should actually sell or buy a particular security. Now if you see, for a longer run, the system is going to predict. So when the prices has going to fall to a particular extent and the system has triggered based on the analysis, it has to sell it. If you see the first point, it's actually telling the system the prices are going to go down for that particular security. So definitely the system is going to buy a sell order for it. Now if you see, he has a prescribed profit percentage and the stop loss percentage already defined for a particular kind of security. For a high risk, medium risk and low risk security, each profit percentage and the stop loss is already defined. So based on it, he already has booked the profit over there. Now the second point, when the system is telling that there should be a buy order placed at this particular point because the prices are going to increase. So if you see the second green point, the prices has gone up after that. So definitely the user and the system is going to get more profit out of it. Now third point, definitely he's telling the prices are going to go down, but the price has gone up. So definitely the stop loss will get triggered and the loss will be booked over there. So there will be instances when the prices can be result in profit or the trade can result in loss, but the stop loss which is already prescribed for a particular kind of risk security carries is actually going to result in very minimum loss for that particular user, and the percentage of profit can be drastic. It can be really high. Now this is for the long-term security, when the system is going to hold a security for a longer amount of time. Now let's have a look how the real intraday trade will happen. Now assume whenever the market will open, user doesn't have to log into the system to do a trade. He has told the system like which all securities he want to deal with, right? He have already entered all those securities. Now whenever the market will open, the system will automatically trigger a order. Now the system has already triggered a order when the market opened for a buy order. Now as soon as the profit percentage is reached, he has booked the profit over there. Now after that, whenever the trigger for a particular kind of system has occurred, then the again buy order will get triggered. Now, after that, whenever a stop loss is booked, either it's going to book a stop loss over there or it's going to book a profit over there. Now, with this analysis, the user is not going to interact anywhere at all. The system is automatically going to trigger all the orders. Now, whatever the bucket of the securities the user has entered, the system is going to analyze all those securities at runtime and going to trigger all these orders without any intervention from the user. The best part is the system actually know those trigger points where actually it has to trigger a buy order, where actually it has to trigger a sell order. Now if anything is going to result in loss, it's not going to be more than the stop loss which is prescribed by a user. This way the amount of profit which can result is drastically high, because all those trigger points which probably get missed by a trader, the system is automatically going to detect all those and can result in profit. Now if you see, user can go to the notification screen and can actually see all the notifications which are coming at live runtime. Any trade which is getting executed, user is going to get the notifications for all those parameters. User can actually go and prescribe what amount of data he want to trade in. Like he want to do a very risk profile trade, he want to do a medium risk profile trade, and or a very low. So these risk criteria are actually telling the user or a system that what amount of risk percentage you want to carry. With every risk percentage, the profit percentage and the stop loss will vary. And based on the security also, the system is going to analyze the data. The trading amount a user can change anytime, and he can even stop the trade anytime, which is automatically happening by the system. So all these system, and now he need to go and analyze what amount of profit he has made for over a day, over a period of year, and over a corresponding year. So he can easily go to the dashboard and can see all the summary which he has made over a period of time. Now the best part is without any intervention, you are getting more and more profit. And now as the AI will evolve over a period of time, it's going to learn from its own mistake and probably correct. Now as more and more points we are going to introduce with the domain based knowledge, then more and more the system is going to improve, and the profit percentage which a user is going to get will improve over a period of time.
So that was all for AI trading platform. So for this, we have used this technology stack. For front end, we are using React.js, Material UI, high charts. At the back end, we are using Socket.io, Python, Flask, Pandas, Scikit-learn, Quandl, MongoDB. There are other options like advanced AI options, OpenAI Gym and OpenAI Universe. Now, what is next? So far, we have tested our model or our application with very limited variables. So there were few independent variables. What we can do more in this one? So we can add textual analysis like, news, Reddit posts, how they are feeling about the company, any campaign, companies heavily working on that very creative product. So we can just get all these textual data and convert them into numerical analysis and use those data as our independent variables for more accuracy. As all market is all based on sentiments and emotions, so we are ready to read all market sentiments for all these news and articles or other sources. And the third one, the basic most important, is reinforcement learning. So whatever the trade system is doing, it's going to learn from its mistakes or whatever the profit it has made. So it's going to take that data account into for the next trade. So this is the workflow our application following. We do the risk analysis, we do the stock prediction, and then our trade analysis and our initiating a trade go side by side actually. So they keep working on at the background and doing the initiating the trade automatically. And after that, you can always go to the dashboard and look at the profiles, profit summary. So this all started with the POC for XC Summit in July, and now we are presenting in September today in XT Summit. But whatever the next we have just defined, we are planning to incorporate all these features into December 2020 as a beta release we are going to launch.
Now, the most important factor is how much the system will be able to help and integrate with the other existing platforms. Now all other existing platforms provide their own API which can easily be integrated. Now the current system is not even going to also provide a UI interface, but it's also intelligent enough to provide a third party service which can be easily integrated with any other existing system. Now all those worker thread which will be initiated, they'll keep on updating the data to the existing framework which is already existing, and in that way the user can actually help us in embedding that particular framework with our current business logic which we have incorporated in our current system. Now this is something which we have built out of the curiosity and the domain knowledge which we have generated over a period of time. So the beta release which we are planning, we try to incorporate more and more domain knowledge over there, all the candlestick patterns which the system can actually analyze and can result in more and more profitable trade. This is something which we are planning to do and have the first initial release by this year end. So and I think that's all, guys, and thank you. We all will be available in the networking launch if you want any further questions regarding that.
Yeah, this is the appendix. You can refer to all these terms we have used in. Any questions? If you guys liked our talk, if you wanna, get to know the more insights about it, or you wanna participate, we are available in the networking launch. We can connect, so you can share more insight about this as well.
Awesome session, Navneet and Ankit. So we have some questions. I'll pick one. So which system are you integrating for executing this in the market? And does this provide for hooks to various execution products out there?
So right now we have started developing the system. So like getting the data feed and integrating a system does require a lot of legal challenges and legal technicalities are there, right? It's not that easy to integrate with any other system, and you have to talk to the service provider which are already existing in the market before you can provide an API to them so that they can integrate with your system. So it has to be thought and it has to be done with a lot of challenges, and you have to integration is not that easy, but yes, there will be a lot of challenges while doing it. But
Yeah.
if you have the system ready, then you can talk to those guys, and then it's going to be a very big talk with those guys to get this integrated.
And also right now we are just, this is the real data we have, whatever we have presented, we are using Quandle for that. They just give you data, certain period of time. So they give you data prior to, I think, 6 month older data, which you can just do experiment on if you want. But it's going to be similar if you want to implement live trading, it's going to be paid. So for now, we have used Quandle in this one.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you all.